Здравствуйте, уважаемые дамы и господа.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me to speak before you today at the Rotary Club, representatives of the business community, sensible people, whose intelligence and work support the development of the economy and prosperity of the world. We have prepared a report that will focus on climate change that is not caused by human activity, but by geodynamic processes occurring in the Earth's interior. We are scientists from different countries who conduct an interdisciplinary study of processes in the Earth's interior. These are experts in geology, geophysics, volcanology, climatology, oceanology, astrophysics, and dozens of other fields. Those who study the planet's core, volcanoes, earthquakes, cosmic rays, and geological cycles. We are an international team of volunteers who have been monitoring and analyzing climate change information for many years. We are eyewitnesses who have faced and survived natural disasters, but many people have not. We've prepared a detailed model of the events that will take place, and now we're going to present it to you. We consider it our duty to report to you the seriousness of the situation in detail. We know that magmatic activity increases every time there is a cycle, but this time we see that all the processes are more powerful and stronger. This is because this cycle of cataclysms takes place once every 24,000 years, and it is more powerful, while the planet's immunity is destroyed by the technological burden of our humanity. It is for this reason, despite the fact that we haven't yet entered the zone of direct action of radiation on the core of our planet, we can already observe an unprecedented growth of cataclysms. We've deducted the scale of events based on the progression that we have been able to estimate from the increase in the number and strength of earthquakes. Further development of these events leads to the internal cracking of the Earth's crust. Through these cracks, magma will begin to rise in the geometric progression you have seen on the graph. This will then lead to microfractures in the crust in some places, which will increase magmatic activity. And it will keep increasing even more until it provokes a large-scale rupture in the thinnest part of the crust, which is in the ocean. This is inevitable. There is a 99.9% probability that this rupture will occur in the area of the Mariana Trench. This is where deep focus earthquakes are registered and where the Earth's crust is the thinnest, only 5 kilometers. At first, when a small amount of water will meet magma, magma will break through the crust for the first time, exploding violently. Then, there will be a series of micro-explosions. We say micro-explosions, although in fact, each of these explosions is equivalent to the explosion of dozens of nuclear bombs. This will destroy the thin layer of crust beneath the Mariana Trench, but the worst will happen next, and to understand what happens next, we will show you an experiment. You see what happened when the water met red-hot metal? Now multiply it by 100 billion times. A gigantic volume of magma from the magma plume will rip the Mariana Trench in an instant, and billions of cubic meters of water will meet billions of cubic meters of magma. Due to the sudden breakdown of oceanic water molecules, oxygen and hydrogen will be released under tremendous pressure at the floor of the Mariana Trench. There will be a huge explosion. This explosion will be the equivalent of thousands of times the entire stockpile of nuclear weapons available on Earth. Under extreme pressure, the ocean won't just boil, it will explode. It will rise a huge column of steam mixed with dust. Under tremendous pressure, this gigantic column of steam will rush so high up that it will tear through our atmosphere. The atmosphere will curl up like a blanket and be blown away by the solar wind, meaning our atmosphere will literally be swept away along with the entire water cover. Also, at the same time, this gigantic explosion will cause the powerful hydraulic impact directed inside our planet, because 11 kilometers of water in the Mariana Trench is an enormous pressure at the point where the explosion will take place. And that pressure will in turn be reflected in the hydraulic impact. There will be a very powerful blast wave directed into the center of the planet, into magma, which will spread tangentially, and this will provoke additional cavitation processes. This will lead to an abrupt expansion of magma in all directions by the factor of 10. That is, there will be 10 times more magma. This will literally tear the planet from the inside. With such an impact, magma will behave like a gaseous substance. All volcanoes, cracks, fractures, all boundaries of lithospheric plates will burst and erupt simultaneously. The Earth will be flooded with lava flows, just as it happened on Mars. Naturally, due to the impact, the inner core will bounce away, and the motion of the outer core will stop. Our planet will die. This process will take only a few minutes. Due to the stopping of the core, the electromagnetic field of the planet will disappear, and the gravitational field will be almost completely gone. Therefore, all satellites will fall from the near-Earth orbit, including the Moon. If the Moon is over the eastern hemisphere, it will be thrown away by the explosion and attracted by the Sun. And if the Moon is over the western hemisphere, it will fall to Earth the moment the gravitational field is lost. But we humans will no longer be threatened by this, because as a consequence of these events, we as humanity will already cease to extinct completely. What this mathematical model is saying is that if the destruction process is slow enough and there are no other factors to trigger its acceleration, then everything we're talking about will happen in October 2036. And that's again provided there are no provoking factors before that. This could be a meteorite fall, a nuclear bomb explosion, an increase in the displacement of the core, or a supervolcano eruption. Right now, the threat of nuclear war is being forced all over the world. With all responsibility, we can say that a nuclear war at this time will accelerate the apocalypse. It will cause irreparable damage. It will kill the economy altogether and contribute to the destabilization of processes within the core, accelerating them. We will just hasten our doomsday. This is not a solution. This is utter foolishness. We are depriving ourselves of the last time we can do something. Now it's not the time to be divided and fight. It's the time to unite and deal more global issues than geopolitical disagreements. We live in a time when the survival of all humanity must take precedence over the private interests of certain countries. Things are much more serious. It's too bad there are still people unaware of this.